Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I want to show off my 24th century, mid to late 24th century rank insignias, where they use the pips instead of stripes or just basic rank insignias. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So these ranks should look pretty familiar. They're basically just round bits that we see on the collar of each officer. So a single solid is an ensign. That's what this is. The gold solid. Whoops. The gold solid right here that we see. Kind of show that off a little better. I'm hoping that yellow is showing up okay. It should be. But yeah, that's the gold solid is the ensign. And then over here we have a single gold solid with the hollow, or that's what I'm going to go ahead and call it, because I just suddenly realized I don't know what this pip is called. And that's what these are called. They're called pips, rank insignia pips. Because I mean that's basically what they are. It's a very simple way to indicate rank. Um, but yeah, this is the lieutenant junior grade rank. And then after that is two solid pips is the full lieutenant. And then after that is we got the two solid, one hollow, or it doesn't feel right to call that a hollow. What do I want to call that? Yeah, I guess we'll just call it hollow. I can't think of anything else to call it. But yeah, that's the lieutenant commander. And then right here we have commander. And then at this point, this is when the ranks are going to start looking a little different. Again, I explained in a couple videos ago when my first rank video, mid 23rd century, Starfleet's administrative needs expand as Starfleet expands. So by the mid to late 24th century, Starfleet is way bigger than it ever was before. It has tens of thousands of ships, thousands upon thousands of bases and star bases and space stations. I don't subscribe to the idea. And again, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is exactly what it is or like this is canon or anything. This is just my idea that I want to share with you guys. That being said, my reasoning behind so many new ranks, actually on this list, there's 23 ranks that I have made up here. So I just kind of want to share this with you. The command, what am I trying to say? Because Starfleet is so large, their administrative needs have expanded significantly. So that means there are a lot more officer ranks, and those additional officer ranks go in the upper. In fact, there's a whole new section of Admiralty. You got the regular Admiralty. There's an Admiralty above that in this list that I'm going to show you here. So we're going to get to that in a minute. I'm going to explain that. And so so we got Commander here. And this is the first rank that might seem unfamiliar. This is Senior Commander. It's a rank of this insignia, the three solid pips and one hollow pip. I've actually seen this before. I don't remember what other people have called it, but I've seen it before. You never see it on screen, but I've seen it a lot in all kinds of rank listings and things like that. So it does kind of make sense to me that they would need to expand to that amount. So this is the first rank that I made up. I call it Senior Commander. Three solids, one hollow. It's the rank between Commander and, oh, it's down here. The rank between Commander and Captain, so which is four solid pips. But we all know this rank pretty well. This is the rank that Picard had, the rank that Janeway had, the rank that Sisko eventually had. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Just checking, see how we're looking. Scroll down just a tad. Now the next rank after that is going to seem a little familiar. It's Grand Captain. Now this rank, basically, I had this rank in the 23rd century ranks. It's 4 solid with 1 hollow. Yeah, not too much. We never see this. This is largely made up. But after that, we have Vice Fleet Captain. So you have Fleet Captain, then there's Vice, or behind that is Vice Fleet Captain, which is 5 solid gold pips. Then after that, you see the insignias change. After that, there's no longer, what am I trying to say? There's no longer pips, but what we have here is a square. Now, it probably looks a little familiar because admiral ranks, they're pips within a black with a black square with a gold border. So that's basically what we have here. This is just a black square with a gold border. There's nothing inside it, but that is the whole fleet captain, the solid fleet captain rank. After that, this is the final captain rank. It's senior fleet captain. You'll notice it has a gold square outline within a black square with a solid, or excuse me, with a hollow pip inside of it, a hollow black pip inside of it. So that's the senior fleet admiral, or excuse me, the senior fleet captain. Then after that, we'll scroll down, and then we come to the flag officers for the first time. Let's see how that's showing up. Yeah, so we got Commodore and the rear admiral rank that we have here. But anyway, basically what I wanted to point out about these flag officers right here, these admirals, we basically know all of them right here. You got the Commodore, the rear admiral, vice admiral, and then the regular admiral right there. But the thing that I just want to point out about them, you got Starfleet that measures in the tens of thousands. I think that Starfleet has personnel that measures in the 6 figures. I don't know if it's hundreds and hundreds of thousands or if it's a couple 100,000, but it's got to be at least over 100,000. And the reason why I say that is because you got to consider the sheer numbers that we're talking about here. Starfleet inhabits all sectors within the Federation, and it also it inhabits space outside the Federation. Deep Space Nine was just one example of that. So that being said, on top of that, you also want to consider that at the Battle of Wolf 359, Starfleet lost 39 ships, or arguably 40 ships, and a total loss of life that measured over 11,000. So, and that's just of Starfleet personnel and ships that they can muster near Earth for that particular engagement. So, that being said, the point I'm trying to make here is that these flag officers right here, in the real world, in reality, the Admiralty in the U.S. Navy only measures in the dozens. There's really not a lot of these guys. And last I heard, there are, I want to say, if I remember correctly, which I'm pretty sure I do, there are 36 4-star officers in the U.S. military. That includes admirals. Most of those are generals. There are 4-star generals. Remember there are four branches. So within that, there are several 4-star admirals. I don't know how many there are exactly, but there are a few of them. And but yeah, the point I'm trying to make is there aren't a lot of these in the U.S. Navy. In Starfleet, there's thousands of these officers right here. Thousands of them. They're commanding fleets, star bases, sectors, entire sectors. They might even be commanding sector blocks. Probably these ranks up here, the Vice Admiral and the Admiral, are commanding sector blocks. But down here, you probably have these guys commanding star bases, space stations, fleets, things of that nature. So yeah, but there's got to be thousands of them, considering the sheer vast numbers that Starfleet has as far as personnel and ships. There's probably tens of thousands of ships. So, which considering that number, that would explain the need for fleet captains. But yeah, the Admiralty is massive. So after Admiral here, we go on to Fleet Admiral. Which we see right here. It's 5 pips contained within a gold border box. So that's pretty much the end of that. And I don't think we've ever seen a fleet admiral. We may have. If we have, I don't remember. But I know we've heard of a fleet admiral in the TNG episode, season 7 episode, the Pegasus. At the end of it, Picard is walking up to Commander Riker, and he says, "I've just spoken with Fleet Admiral Shanti." I think her name was. And the only reason why I know that is because I just watched that episode like within a week ago. So it's one of my favorite episodes of TNG, later TNG. So yeah, that's the Fleet Admiral. Then we're not done there. After that is Master Fleet Admiral. Now you notice the insignia changes. The pip inside becomes hollow. It also expands. It's bigger than the pips over here. But instead of being totally hollow, like this rank is right here, it has the Starfleet emblem or symbol inside of it. So that's the Master Fleet Admiral. But we're not done there. There are more ranks beyond that. So these ranks that I want to talk about here, in my opinion, I'm just going to scroll down. These are the Senior Admiral ranks. But right here you have the Grand Admiral. I've had various names for this. I've called it some variation of Senior Admiral in the past, but I never really wanted to call it Junior Senior Admiral as opposed to what we have here, Rear Senior Admiral. It just kind of sounds stupid, putting Junior before Senior, kind of a contradiction. So I just put Grand Admiral. So yeah, basically these ranks are the ranks. These are the top administrative ranks for Starfleet. Now, these guys and girls and various non-binary genders, alien species. These ranks, there's only dozens of these. Like there are only dozens of admirals in the U.S. Navy in the real world. There are only dozens of these senior admirals. This is the Senior Admiralty right here. If you have the red right here in your rank, you're in the Senior Admiralty, and there's only dozens of these guys. These guys are the ones that command sector block groups. There's groups of sector blocks. This is kind of terminology that I'm kind of making up as I'm going on, and I'm going to give a reminder. This is all subjective. This is just my opinion. What I think, how I think Starfleet is organized. So this is not canon or anything like that. I haven't researched this, so don't try and look it up. You're not going to find it. These ranks are only coming from me. I will say that we do hear the term Senior Admiral at one point in the first season of The Next Generation in the episode Conspiracy, where Captain Picard warns Riker that Admiral Gregory Quinn is not really behaving like himself, and he's warning Riker to be careful of him or whatever, and Riker acts concerned, and he looks at Picard and he says, "But he's a Senior Admiral." So I think what he was referring to there was that he's a senior, he's an old man. But in my opinion, uh, I believe, I'm just saying that that Gregory Quinn was a senior admiral, and we've already seen. We're going to move over here. We can see rear senior admiral, vice senior admiral, which is the three, and then move over a little bit more. We see senior admiral. So it's kind of a lot like the regular admiralty, except it's more senior. Um, so yeah, that's basically the senior admiralty, but we're not done just yet. We have a 5-pip senior admiral, which is the master senior admiral. There's only going to be a couple of those. The senior admiral and the master senior admiral, they have chairs at Starfleet Command. They sit around the table and they make the big decisions. These guys, they probably command various top positions. I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows Starfleet's departments, but these guys, again, there's only dozens of these guys, and they are making the big decisions for Starfleet. They're deciding if Starfleet goes to war. They're deciding how much is going to be exploration, how much is going to be various other things. They decide what Starfleet does, what Starfleet is doing. So yeah, we have the senior admiral, which I believe is the rank that Gregory Quinn held, and then we have master senior admiral. There is one more rank beyond that, and that is, you're probably going to call the insignia a little lazy because I just inverted the colors a little bit, but we have the master senior admiral of Starfleet. There's only going to be one of these ranks, and that's going to be the commander-in-chief of Starfleet. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Not too much else to say. Yeah, these are basically my interpretation of 24th century ranks, officer ranks in Starfleet. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. It means a great deal to me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate your support. This is a brand new channel, so I need all the support I could get. I'm going to try and release a new video at least every couple of days, or whenever I can. I would like to do it every day, but it might be kind of hard for me to come up with content in this type of format. Again, I'm not the best at making videos. I'm just kind of doing what I can with what I know. So it looks like not all of the ranks are showing up, so I apologize for that. We're just gonna kind of go around here, kind of look at all the ranks, let you pause it if you feel like you want to do so, and just kind of look at what I've done. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your viewership. Do like, comment, and subscribe. I am humbled by you if you want to subscribe to my channel. That means so much to me, that you want to give me that much support. So yeah, please do so. I'm absolutely humbled by subscribers. So yeah, guys, that's it. Stay tuned, and we'll see you again very soon.